What is up, guys? It's Brandon and I'm back with another YouTube video today, and today's topic is going to be on the first time home buyer tax credit, which possibly could be passed for 2021, which pretty much would affect any first time home buyers and give them possibly a refundable tax credit. So let's first get into a little history about these previous first time home buyer tax credits. So in 2008 to 2010, during the Great Recession, the housing bubble, market crash, there was a tax credit that was given to the American people for $7,500. So pretty much in 2008, if you bought a house and you filed for this tax credit, you would pretty much be given $7,500 on your next year's tax return. But if you did that in 2008, that $7,500 would actually have to be repaid to the government. So pretty much it was an interest-free mortgage where you would have to pay back the $7,500 over a time span of 15 years. However, if you bought a house in 2009 or 2010, part of it, I believe that the tax credit was actually not repayable. So whatever they gave you was pretty much free money in a sense. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen with this next tax credit, or even if it will pass, but say it does pass, we don't know if it's going to be totally free, $15,000 possibly, or if we're going to have to pay this back over a 15-year period. So yeah, what's being proposed right now is a $15,000 first-time home buyer credit, which means that if you buy a home within, I believe, the year of 2021, that you will be offered this home buyer credit, which means that you will be given $15,000 to help with the down payment, closing costs of your first house. So this tax credit is actually said to be different because before in 2008, the tax credit was actually given on your next year's tax return. This one is supposed to be given right away, pretty much when you're about to close on your house. They're supposed to give you $15,000 to use for those closing costs, for that down payment. But yeah, it's going to be a lot different. So pretty much a first-time home buyer means that you haven't owned a principal residence within the last 3 years. There are other qualifications as well, but for the main part, that's what it is. So there's also going to be probably some income thresholds similar to the stimulus checks based on whether you qualify for this tax credit. For example, in 2008, the threshold was $75,000 if you're filing single and $150,000 if you're filing married, filing jointly. So that could change just because of inflation. Income has definitely risen in the last 12 years or so. So there could be different changes. We don't really know yet. There's no details. But yeah, if it's treated similar to a stimulus check, that $15,000 is pretty much not going to be repaid to the government, and you're pretty much going to be given $15,000 to close on your first house. But yeah, if this tax credit goes through, I think that the housing market's going to get even hotter than it is right now. There's already a low quantity of houses available on the market because of these interest rates that were pretty much dropping to as low as possible during the pandemic. So if this is implemented, $15,000 to pretty much every person who qualifies as a first-time home buyer, the market's going to get even hotter, which means that I think that houses are probably going to even go up in price, which could cancel out the whole low interest rates right now. So who knows what could happen. But yeah, the market is definitely going to change based on this $15,000 tax credit. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see pretty much if it does pass through legislation. But a lot of signs are pointing that it could possibly pass because of what's going on in the pandemic. And so for us who don't have a house yet or are looking to buy a house, it might be beneficial to wait for this opportunity just in case it does happen. Because you could be getting a $15,000 discount on your first house, or possibly, it helps with your down payment if you don't have enough money for your down payment. So yeah, this tax credit is definitely going to change the housing market, and I definitely think that it's something to keep your eyes on if you are looking to buy a house in the near future. So I guess that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys learned a little bit more about this first-time homebuyer tax credit, how it works and how it could work and how it might affect the housing market in the near future. But thank you guys again for watching these videos, and I'll catch you guys next time.